Hey everybody. Um Technically right now it would be good night or good evening. But okay. But good morning, good afternoon, and good night and well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night to everybody. So, basically, my name is Diana. Um I am a and this is my introduction video, or this is a video that's going to be introducing myself to the world, I guess, and why I'm making this podcast or blog. I don't know the difference between the two, but I'm not expecting anybody to show up at 10:30 p.m. But I will be doing this introduction video either way. So, my name is Diana. I am a senior in high school, and this is my Go to Work project, a blog or podcast about second generation issues. Second generation issues meaning like people who were born in America but their parents are immigrants, and meaning immigrants doesn't matter how long they lived here, but they were born in a different country and they came here legally or illegally. It doesn't matter. They are still immigrants. But yes, that's what I mean by immigrants. Please do not judge me. I'm not saying anything, but I'm just pulling the full facts. So, sorry, that was my mom. I didn't want her to interrupt this, but basically, what a go to word is. Oh, go to word for Girl Scouts. Basically, what a go to word is for Girl Scouts is basically a really big community service project that not just service the community but also services yourself, sort of way. And it's not like community service, It's well, it kind of is really. It's a big community service project, and it hopefully is everlasting. Keeps on giving to the community after I finish my Gold Award. And with my Gold Award, I'll be having at least 20 to 25 episodes of this podcast to my issues. And yeah, hopefully this gains traction. Hopefully not. If it doesn't, I will scratch it all, and restart hopefully if I have time. If not, well, I'm in it for the long haul. I do have an Instagram page made, but I'm gonna have to work on it throughout the week. Hopefully, I'll get it done by the end of this week. This video will hopefully be an hour long. Hopefully not. We'll see, because I gotta make up for the last 2 weeks. And I was planning on for each episode to be at least 20 minutes long, but we'll see how it goes. So, why am I doing this? Why am I making my project about second generation issues? Is because I am a second generation person. I am full Vietnamese. My dad, he was born here in America, but my grandparents were immigrants. They came here, I think, during or after the Vietnam War, somewhere between that time period. And so my dad was very lenient on me. He was very kind and caring, more involved in my life than my immigrant mother, who came to America because my dad married her. I know it sounds a true heart love story, but my mother was the strict parent between my mom and dad. She's the one that gave me such a hard time growing up, always made me go tutoring. It made me realize that I don't know how to live a life outside of school. She was a lot to me. She taught me how to work hard, how to gain what I can achieve with my own bare hands. She taught me a lot of things. She taught me how to be kind and caring, how to be human, but also how to be a stable rock for the family, how to be the perfect golden child, how to exceed the expectations, how to rise to the expectations, and that everything that you are given can't be taken away. Yes, I am very much expecting to cry in these episodes. I'm hopefully that no one will judge, but yeah, my mother gave me a hard time, but I appreciate her so much. She is somebody I very much look up to, even though she did give me a hard time, but I guess a lot of people have that kind of person in their life. She never hit me, she hit me as, no, she never abused me, is another word to say. Not for funsies, not to show discipline, but outside of that, she has never laid a hand on me. But she has shown me what it's like to be grateful, to love life, to live life, to enjoy what you have. She has taught me a lot of life lessons that I will take to the grave with me, honestly. Why this issue is so... Sorry, I have a whole script on my phone about what I should talk about in this. So basically, and that explains a little bit why this issue is so important to me. And other things is that my parents were 24/7 throughout my childhood. I think I saw more of my aunt, who took me out all the time, than my own parents. I saw more relatives than I saw my parents. And that's just my childhood. Really, I think when I started high school, I started seeing my parents more often than anybody else. And I didn't realize this until now, but the gradual change between that was very instant, was very there. And what I mean by like I never saw my parents is that my dad is a government law enforcer. I can't specificate what because I don't want to spread information about my family without their knowledge, but he's a government law enforcer. And he got this job because of me. His first job was that he was in the U.S. Army. So he was deployed twice during my entire life. So I didn't see... I saw him... went through a few months without him in my life. So it was hard. And then a few weekends without him too. My mom, she's a small business owner who does nails. So she is a workaholic, like all true Asians are. Works 24/7, 7 times a week. The only day off she actually gets is holidays. So that's that. Other reasons why is that because of this, because of my parents being gone a lot throughout my childhood, I had to learn to grow up early. I had to learn to be the adult in a lot of situations. I had to learn how to be the mentally stable one, not stable, but the one mentally there, how to take care of myself, how to just how to be the adult in the situation, more or less. Stay on top of my work, do everything I can get to get straight A's in school. And another reason why I had to get straight A's in school is because my parents made me go to private. And so they told me that if I'm spending all this money, if they're just going to spend all this money on me, I have to get straight A's. No exceptions. A's are excellent. A is the acceptable. B is be yelled at. C is and getting C's. It's like I'm unmanageable. It's like getting a C is it's all your stuff is getting taken away. You're going extra tutoring. You're getting Kumon and all that stuff. I don't know if any other people have experiences like Hispanics. I don't know about that. But for me, it sounds like most Asians have the same experience as me. But I could be wrong. I could be absolutely wrong. And if anybody wants to talk about their life experience, they can with me or on Zoom. We'll figure out a way. But it was weird. It's just weird growing up so early, so I learned to not go to my parents for all my issues, all my troubles, all the big ones at least. The small ones, I took care of myself if my parents weren't around, but if my parents were around, I went to them. But all the big issues, all the issues I knew I was going to get yelled at for, I didn't tell them because of the perfect daughter image I know they have of me. No, it's weird, because for me it's weird. So I went through a lot of issues in high school. Well, not a lot of issues, but I went through a few things in high school that have affected me now. And as a senior, that I haven't fully processed it yet, apparently. Talking about it with people, or at least acknowledging the fact that it messed me up in a way that I can't go back. I have changed because of this. And so I have realized that I'm not broken. I'm not the perfect daughter they want me to be, but it's okay. And I'm still learning to live with that. And throughout this entire podcast, hopefully that we will talk about my trauma, not just my trauma, but what my family issues, what other people's issues have led to this outcome, have led to people becoming like this. And so we can see what habits we can stop now or help people stop. And so I don't think a lot of people realize that they have their ways, they're the person they are because of their environment, because of the people around them, mainly parents, that treat them like this, and that's the reason why they turn out the way they are. They're not broken. Most people aren't broken, but most people are the way they are. It's because of who they grew up with, who were their people they saw as role models, or or people with or their genetics. Personality wise, I feel like personality is genetic because some people think it's acceptable, or at least it's an environmental thing. The environment around them is the reason why their personality is the way they are. It's because they see their parents do this, do that, and they think it's also very much acceptable. But when it comes out of your mouth, it's not. And I am currently slowly learning this. It's very hard to point out to yourself, to have self-acknowledgement on what's wrong. What's not just wrong with yourself, but like why this is not acceptable, because a lot of people for me just expect me to know what I'm supposed to know, expect me to know what's right, what's wrong, and I don't. I really don't. I have learned what's right and wrong through my series of trial and error, through my experiences, and I will keep learning how to do what's right and wrong through my life, and it's okay. I think it's okay. And I I don't know if there's any other way to do so, because when people tell us stories about themselves, about their life experiences, we take it with a grain of salt, honestly. We have taken everything with a grain of salt, and lately I've not been doing that. I've been taking those experiences to heart. I've been taking those stories and actively putting it through my life, actively trying to change, and hopefully I am. Hopefully I'm not. Well, hopefully I am. Hopefully I am, but who knows? Topics that I'll be covering. Well, bad habits that I have that hopefully I can point out why I have these habits, and that what I can do to change them, sort of thing. Point out habits that I have, and hopefully find ways to physically lessen these habits. Like, find ways to cure my boredom, find ways to slow my thinking, my style, my life down a little bit. Let's see. And yeah, I mean, I will be trying to get in contact with other people and see if I can bring in other people to this podcast, and hopefully this gains at least, honestly, small goals. We gotta start small somewhere. 100 followers, give or take. I highly doubt we're gonna get to 1,000. 100 sounds. No, actually, that 100 does sound a little bit unreachable. Let's start with 20 for now. We'll see if we get to 20 followers. Hopefully. And the person who's currently following this account, as of right now, this live, is me, myself, and I. Because I will be checking in on this to periodically. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, if I make, well, I don't know if I'm going to make on this. I honestly don't think I will. But if the possibility is there, if I make any money out of this, it's either going to buy some new supplies for my podcast setup, or a mental health organization, mainly probably a what do you call those? Hold up. Therapy groups. There it is. Therapy groups. And yeah. Wow. This is only 20 minutes. I don't have anything else set up, so I guess this will be it. Yeah, I will probably make a video at least once a week. If I put another video out this week, it's because I'm trying to catch up to the the 2 weeks I literally procrastinated on this. Yeah, we're gonna talk about my procrastination as well, and how to motivate myself to procrastinate, like to stop procrastinating on stuff. Like, literally, the only reason why I did this because I was motivated to make this. Like, I was really motivated to finally make my introduction video. So we will see how that goes. Currently, I started this Code Award in freshman year, and hopefully I'll finish it by January or February, if I did my math right. So that's will be the end of this live, and this is gonna be really, really, really bad at first introduction video, but hopefully over time I will get better at talking, speaking, public speaking, and whatnot. Get my thoughts straight, and gain some more experience on how to talk, basically, on how to be a public speaker, how to be more out there with the world, and with my opinions and what I think the world should care about right now. And so, is there, please, I am 100% willing to hear your opinions in the tech, and if you comment on this post or whatnot. Please share your opinions, how you think this introduction video was, and please give me any tips that you think that I can make these future episodes any better, and hopefully I post another video, probably like by Wednesday or something. We will see, but hopefully I will get another live going Wednesday. Probably not around at this time, but we will see. Life is unpredictable. Thank you. If you guys have any ideas on what topics I should talk about in future episodes, please comment them. I am 100% willing to do very in-depth research. Also, if any research I will do, I am not 100% positive how great the research will be, but I'm willing to try. And if anybody has any opinions on or anything I think I'm right and wrong about this research, I will do I will do research on the podcast, like in the live. I want to be correct, factual, and I want to satisfy my people, not you guys. Either way. Whenever you see this video, for me it's good night. So good night, everybody. But whenever you see this video, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Bye, everybody.